Hey guys, please excuse my voice as I'm currently going through a cold, but I couldn't release this episode without making a statement about what recently happened here in America. This episode was recorded on Friday, January 23rd. We originally planned to record on Saturday the 24th, but we rescheduled it to Friday due to some scheduling conflicts in our personal lives. It is infuriating to wake up in the morning and find out that ICE executed a man, a U.S. citizen. Alex Peretti, age 37, was brutally executed in front of a donut shop in Minneapolis for filming ICE and shielding two women from being brutalized by ICE agents. This is the second killing conducted by ICE in the same month. This is not normal, and this is in no way acceptable. If you are protesting, please take extra care of yourselves. If you are angry but you cannot protest, call your state representatives and your congresspeople and demand that they do not vote to fund or increase funding to DHS. This is going to be a rough time, but we have to stay strong for the future of our country. Welcome to another episode of It's Been 2 Weeks. My name is Will.
And I'm John.
And we are starting this all over again. It's been 2 weeks. Actually, before we start, one of the things that I do want to say, I am surprised at how many plays we've gotten, given that this is like out of the nowhere.
Are you serious?
Like, it's not like a huge amount, but I mean, like, so RSS is telling me that there's been 11 plays.
Oh, wow. 12 if I decide to listen.
And then, Spotify's telling me it's 9, and then YouTube, because it's on YouTube Music as well, it's telling me it's got 13 plays.
Oh, dang.
So like it's a pretty hefty amount. Like, I don't know if it's aggregating all of them all together, but it's definitely a good amount. That's like fucking like, so for something that's like with half-assed and just like no fucking, I think that's pretty good, and I have to thank everyone who's listened to it, and friends included. Everyone just like, I'm happy that it's actually gotten that much traction, given that the only promotional thing that I did was post it on my Instagram and then post on a Twitter that doesn't have any followings.
And I've done nothing at all to help. And I have incredibly low standards, so the fact that you gave me those numbers of plays, I'm still disappointed.
Well, I mean, like, for me, it's like, it's an achievement, honestly.
I'm just saying, step up, people.
All right. So, John.
No, that is a good number. That's crazy.
Yeah. So, John, it's been 2 weeks.
It has. And not as crazy as the 2 weeks prior, but it's still been interesting.
It's still been something that's been interesting. What's been kind of like bothering you the past 2 weeks?
I'm going to avoid the I word, because I think that's kind of a given. Kind of Greenland. That whole situation.
Like the whole Trump trying to take
just shitting on the world. Like just dude, you're burning the ultimate bridge.
You know what's crazy though? Like, one of the things that I keep thinking about, in when you think about NATO, right? Like, one of the reasons why like NATO works is because we're all allies. We're supposed to be allies. We're supposed to be, because it is, what is it? It's like 30 European countries that are part of it as well. And
I forgot the numbers, but yeah, it's for the most part all the major European countries. I think China's part of it, right? Or no?
I think China's part of the UN, but not NATO.
That's where I get confused.
Yeah,
but there's quite a few, I think, Asian countries.
Yeah.
Part of it, and then places like Greenland and Iceland.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
And then like the whole thing that happened with like
all of North America, I believe.
Yeah, all of North America. And then the other
South
thing
America,
too,
I think maybe. I don't know about South America.
I honestly don't know. I can't say anything about that. Yeah. But one of the things that like what spurred the whole fucking like, what I believe spurred the whole Ukrainian shit that happened was because there was talks about including Ukraine, into NATO, right?
Well, Ukraine. I guess you have to apply.
Yeah.
So they were talking about like maybe an application for NATO, and Russia was like, "No, don't do that.
No, don't do that."
And I was like, "We won't attack you."
Yeah.
And then Ukraine's like,
No.
yeah. Well, you know,
We have what we have right now with Ukraine and Russia. So yeah, so like, yeah, it's fucking crazy, like that whatever stability or peace we had as far as like the world stage goes, it's been completely fucking ruined. And it just took one man.
it's gonna sound horrible to say, but I think one of our saving graces is the Ukraine war, because I feel like if Russia was free to just not have to worry about that shit, we'd be in a lot worse position. I just feel that way.
Why do you say that? I don't
know. I just feel like if Putin was able to focus his energies like on a dying America,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. You know what? Yeah, that makes sense.
Because it's apparently, you know, the whole the first election with it was 2026 or 2016.
Yeah.
Wasn't that one of the things, the Russian interference in the elections and all that shit?
Supposedly that was like
yeah,
one of
but
the
so
things that was, like,
I mean, if it's going on, I don't know. I didn't really follow up if it was a thing or not.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it was like the Russia hoax and shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly don't know anything about it. Like, I didn't pay attention to that. But one of the things that's fucking crazy to me is how, what was it? We would distribute a lot of shit or we had like such a good relationship in standing with Canada, right? Our fucking neighbors from up north. And these fuckers are talking to China now.
I mean, who else are you going to talk to?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, who else are they going to go to? And the reason, and the thing is like, from what I gathered was that they weren't talking to China because we were telling them, "Nah, don't talk to China. We'll help you out." And China's like, right now, China's offering them better prices for everything, and we didn't offer anything. We just told them, "Don't talk to China," you know, because otherwise, you know, you're gonna be in our bad side.
Look, we placed them in our bad side already. So like, fuck off, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, no, but I mean, like, it's just fucking crazy. But like, yeah, dude, like, I don't understand what's the point of this. You get me? I'm trying to think of it of like, why would you want to do something like this? Why would you want to fucking like
legacy?
What legacy though?
His
legacy is just basically him destroying fucking relationships between us and them.
Nah, he's trying for a new monarchy, dog. That's literally what this is. Like now I think back to his first presidency, going and like being chummy with people like Putin and fucking North Korean Kim Jong Un. Is that the one?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember which one's which. I would just say Un. You know, just like famously famous dictators and shit.
Yeah.
I feel like he was like legit just taking notes, and he's just putting into practice the stuff he learned now. That's how I see it.
I see where you're
as
coming
a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, I mean, he's acting very fucking.
He is.
I mean, he is. Yeah, but like he wasn't this brazen before. At least I feel like,
because he learned the system.
Yeah, he learned the system. Now it's like we said on the last one. The first one was a trial run, and now he knows what to do or how to run the system. So he's doing it. Yeah. So
I mean, he bypassed the not ICE is just, there's like secret police. They're not even secret police. They're his SS.
Mm-hmm.
They're the SS because he figured out he can't use the military.
Yeah.
So he just literally created his own.
Yeah.
Which is literally what the SS was. It was separate and apart from the German military.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the time. So it was like, that's what they are. That's all this is. This is Crystal Knock, Night of Broken Glass, I believe. When they started rounding up all the Jews.
Oh God. I mean, it is. It's basically.
It's just kind of.
It's
a soft version of it. Yeah,
that's what it is.
It's just a soft repeat of everything.
They're not brazenly going after, white people or anything of that sort. It's mostly just people of color.
Yeah, but they're killing them.
I mean, no, that was
One.
that was a mistake.
Actually, no, I can't even. I don't even feel good about making that joke. Never mind.
No, I think that's one of the things that so on the topic of ICE, even though I don't want to, I don't know if I'll touch on it later. But one of the things that I heard was oh, we're hiring so many people that they're bound to make mistakes. No, the issue is that they're not fucking properly training them. They've there's I think reporting that they're not even taking the time to.
Here's the thing: you're hiring so many people.
It's such a fast amount of.
They don't even. Cops don't even get great training, and they don't even hire at this rate. You know what I mean? It's just it's not that they're hiring so many people that it's because you're hiring anyone, basically anyone.
Yeah.
You're not. There's no qualifications for this. That's why, and you're seemingly giving them fucking.
There's no vetting
immunity.
process. There's no vetting process for them or anything of that sort. There's no process to, not even the testing that cops get. They're not getting it. So it's
they're ignoring due process and all that stuff. So there's no, I guess there can be no mistakes.
Yeah. I mean,
she was killed by a shot in the temple. Is what the autopsy.
Autopsy said it was 3 shots that landed on her.
Yeah, the other 2 were grazing.
Were grazing? Oh, okay.
They were non-fatal.
Okay.
They would have survived those. But the other one was a point blank shot to the left temple, and then the bullet exited the right side.
That was the window shot.
Yeah.
That was a window shot for sure. The
Yeah, when he was on the side, not in front of the vehicle.
Yeah, not in front of the vehicle. Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
No longer in danger.
The other thing that fucking I don't know, I remember, I don't know, it was in a press release. I don't know who was the person who was doing the press, because I just kind of skimmed through it, that she was left, or she was alive for 8 minutes, or was it that they said, or something like that, and unattended for 8 minutes. There's a video of...
Yeah, someone was like, I'm a physician.
Uh-huh.
And the dude was like, no, I don't care.
Yeah. No,
Also, there was no medical personnel at all anywhere.
Yeah.
Neither for that ICE agent who was bleeding internally.
Mm-hmm. Because he got hit really hard with the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With severe internal bleeding.
It's surprising that he's still alive.
Yeah.
And just going about his day and stuff like that. What was his name?
Jonathan Ross.
There you go. Yeah.
Literally ashamed to have the same name. It's not. I share names with villains in media, with horrific people in real life. I'm fairly sure there's a fucking pedophile kind of named a fairly famous one named that, and I was okay with all of that. But this, nah.
This one is.
I'm not okay with that.
This one crosses the line.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
I'd rather be called Eustace.
The fuck? Eustace? I don't even know. Oh God. Well, for me, what's been bothering me the past 2 weeks, and I say this just because it's very annoying to me that this is allowed to happen, is Asmongold. And the reason why is because this fucker
allowed to happen or live.
His rhetoric is allowed to just be spread so freely. He's I think he's he's the top Twitch streamer, I believe, or maybe not the top, but he definitely has a very high viewership. And this is someone who basically started off playing WoW, basically, just video games and stuff.
Yeah, wasn't he cool before?
I mean, he was.
Yeah, that's what I always remember, because I used to watch, not in any sort of way as a fan.
Yeah.
But there were some things I would watch,
shit like that.
Yeah, or sometimes on his little rants, but they were fun rants and shit.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to you, man? You used to be cool.
It was, and so then now he, because of how clickbaity a lot of the political stuff is now, he's just decided that he's gonna roll with that. He made a complete shift from being a video game streamer / game commentary kind of thing, where he would criticize video games and stuff like that, to now full on fucking political commentary. And this guy really he he has no fucking like he's basically in that aspect he's like everyone else here in the United States who probably doesn't pay attention to politics, you know? And he just basically just says the things that are going to get him the most clicks. At least that's what it looks like. And it's such high disregard for like a lot of like for life in general, because I'm pretty sure he said some fucking vile shit when it came to the killing of Renee. And
Yeah.
and then also I remember when when the Palestinians were getting fucked over by, well, they're still getting fucked over by the Israelis. But like he was just like, I don't what was it? I don't care about anybody whose culture is inferior to mine. And it's just like, what the fuck, dude? Like it's just such like wretched vitriol that's coming out of him, and it's just like, why the fuck is this guy allowed to like just freely say this shit like this? And why does he have the following that he does? Considering how the motherfucker is most likely a fucking multimillionaire. Apart from that, he postures himself like he's an everyday guy. He's not. Like he's got a fucking lot of money. He doesn't have to suffer what everyone else does, you know, or the everyday working person has to suffer. Apart from that, like the motherfucker lives in what seems to be like fucking hoarder conditions and shit like that. And I think
he cleaned his room recently.
I imagine he only does it for the fucking like for the show. I don't think that he's probably.
Well, no, because wasn't there like a 2 or 3 month streak that he was there because there was like a dead rat that he let just decompose and rot away there? Like it was a big thing.
I think it was like a fucking just like.
I'm pretty sure that's all for the gimmick or whatever.
For the gimmick.
And I think that's my biggest problem with him is like not even the stuff he says. I'm like, bro, you're just saying it for the gimmick, which makes it worse.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like
I'd honestly kind of oddly respect you more if you meant that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know him, but I don't feel he means it. Yeah. It's just because that'll get him the views.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. To me, it's been very fucking annoying to see videos on Twitter about what he's saying and how people somehow are like based and shit like that. I was like, no, dude, come on now. Get the fuck out of here. He's a fucking idiot as far as his commentary goes. If he's really serious about that commentary, he's a fucking dumbass. And it's fucking infuriating. But yeah, this is one of those things where like it kind of goes into like also like the influencers that are essentially paid to talk, you know.
You know what this really is?
What?
This is just streamer on streamer hate, dog.
Oh my god.
You're just hating.
I'm doing it for the clicks, dude. I'm doing it for the metrics.
You're just hating, dog. That's all it is. It's just that jealousy.
Yeah, the jealousy of how much like how someone who like really like has no value like
and then next you're gonna start railing against Joe Rogan and shit. It's gonna be that podcast hate and shit.
What's going on with Joe Rogan? Because I don't know. He's fucking flip flopping right now.
I don't know. I'm not here to talk shit. But I've never really listened to him. But from like the stuff I had heard before, like through his progressions over the years and stuff,
right?
He doesn't seem all there anymore. Like I don't, and what I mean, I guess, is like
it's all the ivermectin.
I don't think he really thinks for himself anymore. I think it's just he goes with
whatever's like on trending or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Kinda.
Probably. I can see that happening, and because like he's probably just chasing the metrics, you know, to make sure that he's like on top and everything like that. I can totally see that happening. Because I mean, you see that shift with a lot of people who like once they find that one moment they go viral, they try to kind of just
copy
that and just continue on with it. Which is, I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It is what it is. But yeah, it's like it's just fucking crazy, dude. Like I don't know. I like there's other things that I'm also kind of pissed off about, and I guess we could kind of talk about.
Go for it. Share another.
But on the topic of ICE, bringing back ICE, some of the shit that ICE has been doing, the most recent thing that I remember seeing was that they detained a 5-year-old.
Okay.
So this is from the BBC's ICE detains 5-year-old and father in Minnesota, lawyer says. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement officers detained a 5-year-old boy on Tuesday during an immigration enforcement operation. Minnesota school officials and the family's lawyer have said preschooler Liam Ramos was with his father, named by the Department of Homeland Security as Adrian Alexander Conejo Arias. Holy shit. When Conejo Arias was approached by agents on his driveway. School officials said that an agent asked the child to knock on the door of the home to see if anyone else was there. The boy had just arrived home from preschool at the time. Stenvik told the press conference. She said another adult living in the home asked to take the young boy inside, but was refused.
This was the one where they're basically holding him hostage outside, right?
It looks, yeah. There's a little kid with a fucking bunny ear shit.
Yeah,
yeah. When I saw that shit, I was like, dude, that is fucking ridiculous. That is just, dude. Like, these are kids that are gonna be traumatized by this. Do you not care about that? You know,
they don't.
As a human being, do you not care about how this little kid's gonna be traumatized by this?
These are people protecting and defending pedophiles. Of course, they don't care about kids.
Well, that is true. You know, but the fact that you would do something like that just to fucking meet your quota and shit. Because from what the rumor that's going around, or actually I think it's been reported, I can't confirm or that Stephen Miller is putting quotas on them, so they have to like get like 3,000, I think a day. He's like saying like you need to get 3,000 people locked up in like a day, and if that's true,
where are they putting all these people?
I think it's like private prison systems or something like that. Something, because that's the only thing that I can think about. Like wherever they're detaining them, they're paying someone to like the government is paying in a private.
Well, not necessarily, not unless like the government sets up its own camp of some sort. Like back in the days when they used to round up the Japanese.
Well, that's the thing is like so.
Because remember, there was that one detainee that died, and they were saying like he choked, and then I guess the coroner report or the autopsy report reveals that no, he was strangled, and then there was multiple witnesses, other detainees are like, no, they strangled him to death, and these were ICE agents apparently. So it's all federal agents. I don't think there's like federal private prisons.
No, but I mean, like they're taking them in there, and they're probably like using what you call it, the base is being rented out to them or something like that. You get me? That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but then you're displacing all those officers.
The officers don't have a place though. They technically don't have a place.
No, for the private prison.
Oh no. I mean, I'm what I'm saying is I think it's similar to a private prison system, right? I don't think they're actually using a prison. I think they're probably just using like fucking like what you call it, some random fucking building, probably like a warehouse or some bullshit. Oh, I mean,
I know. I think there's one in El Paso or somewhere in Texas because I keep seeing that pop up.
Because they're detaining them somewhere, and then from there they're transferring them over to other places, right?
Dude, I swear to God, if they start transferring them by train, I quit. I fucking quit.
Oh my God. That's too much on the nose though. Come on now.
Like a really fucked up part of me wants to see that happen just to be like, do you not see this? Do you people not fucking see what's going on here?
Yeah.
Because they're already fucking getting shit because they used Nazi propaganda for the labor board or some bullshit.
Oh, yeah. What was it? One of us
work for, I forgot what it was. Yeah, I didn't give a fuck enough to pay attention, but they're already doing it. So like that to me, I'm like, and it kind of works out for them because the rail system sucks. So if it crashed,
I mean,
a lot of people you don't have to deal with anymore.
That is very true. It's like, two birds, one stone kind of thing. It's just like, okay, so like, I'm trying to fucking like rationalize this. Like, what is the point?
That's your mistake.
Yeah, that's my mistake too. Because like, what is the point of this? Like, you're destroying economies of states that provide that are basically like fucking what you call it that are providing tax revenue for the red states or for like
they don't care.
And it's like you're literally fucking up your own system. You get me? Like I don't understand what what's the end game of this? Like, even let's assume that you do end up having your white utopia.
It's not about even the white utopia, dude. It's about, we're gonna end up like in Ready Player One, where everyone's just gonna have to be fucking working and working and working and shit like that. Like, we're just gonna, because look, if everything collapses and everything's just fucking companies running everything,
Yeah.
like what else? Like, that's it.
Yeah,
You're a slave to the system.
Oh, it's gonna be cyberpunk.
They're selling us out.
They are.
They're selling us out.
And then they're fucking doing it hard too. Like like this is year 2. It's year 2, and it's escalated a lot more than what year 1 was.
Trains. They're coming.
If that happens,
I'm calling it. I
don't know.
It's just all it's gonna take is one article where they say all it has to do is happen once, and I'm like, there it is.
There it is.
Just once, just one fucking trainload of detainees getting shipped somewhere on a train. That's it. I win and I give up.
And that's it. That's the boom goes the dynamite. That's how it goes, kind of thing. It's fucking ridiculous. It's just I don't know. I just like I'm flabbergasted, like I said. And the other thing too that like ICE is doing is basically ever since the government has been like, yeah, you guys have full immunity, they're just become more brazen now. Like there's a video on Twitter where like an ICE agent in Portland tells someone who's recording them that they're gonna be part of their nice little database now.
Oh yeah, and you're gonna be recognized as a domestic terrorist,
and shit like that. So it's like shit like that is like fucking. They're using Palantir, right? Which is that company that's like built. All it's basically doing is building a database, so that for in the future, if something happens, they can just pull it up from that database or something like that. And the thing is that it's like it's just fucking like we were all like talking about how we were afraid that we were being spied on and that there was a lot of information being collected on us. It's happening now. Like
it's been happening forever.
It's been happening forever, but now it's a little bit more brazen. It's in your face. It's a little bit more accurate too now because with the introduction of AI, it's made their workload a hell of a lot like lighter now because they don't have like the AI software is basically running constantly just fucking doing facial scanning and detection. So it's like it's become easier for them to actually like have like surveillance on you and stuff like that, and just basically just be like, scan your face. Oh shit, you're fucking you were doing this and this and that. We're taking you in.
Well, you know what's scary?
And it's actually it's just a way for them to kind of find probable cause, basically.
Well, here's the thing though. Well, two things. What's scary is AI is still not 100%, so it could just slightly fuck up.
Yeah.
And say you were there when it wasn't you. And the other thing too is like they could just put you anywhere they want.
Yeah, that's another thing too.
Like I was gonna say, they arrested. I don't remember why or what she had to do with anything, but there's this black lady that was, I don't know, but there's a picture of her being arrested and then escorted out of where she was being escorted out of,
and
I guess someone in the I just seen it and read like a vague like headline of what it was, and I just was like, I just rolled my eyes. But the gist of it is, I don't know if it was Trump people or who, but someone like officially altered it to make it look like she was crying as she was being escorted out and plastered it. And people are now, be like, no, this is the real picture. But she's being charged with a bunch of like serious shit, right?
Right.
And then this is what I seen on Reddit. They're like, this is actually probably to her benefit, because if they're doctoring this image to show a certain thing, like if the lawyer's smart, you could be like, they're already fucking with stuff that's not evidence.
That is not evidence.
What confidence do we have that none of this evidence or any of this evidence?
Yeah.
Is? So, but like they're already fucking around. You know what I mean? Like it's shit's happening.
It's just the incompetence of their of them.
Well, like all the Epstein shit that came out.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like there is a certain kind of like, I guess you could say, saving grace about how incompetent they've been, and how like we hope that through that incompetence they end up fucking up so hard that maybe it doesn't go through, or so, like they weren't able to fulfill the whole fucking what they really want to do. But then I think about like what you said on the last recording about how like we don't have the confidence, or you don't have the confidence in the government to actually like fucking police itself or do what,
Yeah.
what needs to
So
be done.
who cares
like,
if they fuck up?
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, look, if
it's
you're
very pessimistic. I'm sorry.
look, I always would tell people that when they're like, "You're such a fucking downer" and shit. I'm like, look, it's for a reason. It's not pessimism. It's reality.
Mm-hmm.
Like I get the value of hope, but I haven't seen much.
Why can't we beat
inspire
Princess Leia and receive the plans and just say we received hope?
Princess Leia was heavy into cocaine. If you want me to have hope, you get me cocaine.
That shit's too expensive. I'm too broke for that shit, dog.
That's why I have no hope. I need Jabba the Hutt size lines to give me the amount. I need cocaine bear amounts of fucking for that like 15 seconds of hope before I just crash and die.
Fucking just
That's it.
That's all that's gonna happen. You're just fucking like Jesus Christ. Another thing related to ICE, a veteran was detained for 8 hours and was not given any
Reason or explanation?
for no reason or explanation. Well, the reason was that supposedly he had assaulted some agent, but he was detained for 8 hours and was not given access to contact a
Lawyer or any of that
lawyer
stuff?
or anything of that sort.
Well, does he need that? Because if he's just detained and not under, like, if they're not asking him questions or anything like that.
Hey, let me. So this is from ABC's news article. Army vet detained by ICE for 8 hours says he wasn't allowed to call an attorney. William Vermi, 39, said in an interview with ABC News that he was taken into custody earlier this month while standing with a crowd of on a public sidewalk observing ICE agents detaining two young men in his neighborhood during an immigration enforcement activity dubbed the government as Operation Metro Surge. He said he was driven to a Bishop Henry Whipple Federal building in Minneapolis, where he was detained in a cell. The Department of Homeland Security said in a statement to ABC News that Vermi was arrested for allegedly assaulting a law officer. He said, Vermi said, "They read me my rights and asked me if I wanted to answer any questions without a lawyer. I said no." Vermi told ABC News, and then they said, "You'll have an opportunity to contact one later." At no time during his detention was he allowed to speak to it with an attorney. Vermi told ABC News, even though he said that he later learned that his wife had contacted one for him who had been attempting to speak with him. So why would you tell him that? Why would you give him the option? If you read him his Miranda rights, you're fucking...
Because I guess I get, in my mind, the way I would see it, I would imagine them playing it is like, okay, you can talk to your lawyer. If you don't want to talk, okay, you'll get a chance to contact him later. And you just sit and wait him out, and hopefully he's like, fine, fuck, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah.
I just want to get out of here.
No, I mean that was a tactic.
That's the only thing that comes to mind.
That's a tactic, but the thing is like you can't deny anybody a fucking, like, if you're gonna fucking hold him like that, you can't deny him any fucking, like...
Well, I don't remember if there is a certain amount they're allowed to hold you before they have to release you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing. Because if it's one of those things where, because I vaguely remember hearing stuff like, if you're not going to arrest me, then you have to let me go. They can't hold you indefinitely.
Yeah.
There is so it could be 8 hours, and once that's up, you know what I mean? It could just be like, could even just be like a warning scare tactic.
But I mean, isn't detainment when they just hold you on the street though?
No, they can take you in. I believe they can take you in.
Here, let me look that up, because I'm not really like 100% sure about what it means to be detained. Because I was under the impression that if you're being detained, you're being held on the spot, wherever they found you. They're not taking you anywhere. You get me?
Unless maybe I'm misunderstanding what like a detention center is. I am not a criminal, so I do not entirely understand how this process works.
Same here. I mean, like,
you are a criminal.
Yeah. So to be detained well, this is AI overview. Never mind. Let me look it up. Fucking
To be detained means to be a person of color. That's what AI has to say.
Imagine, like, well, on the subject of AI, or just like AI in general. So I remember a long time ago when generative AI wasn't really much of a thing. people were talking about how AI can be basically be made to be fucking racist.
Well,
Even though you like the AI is basically not necessarily like doesn't like quote unquote doesn't see color, but the programmer himself um might might put rules that could ultimately be, you know, based on his perception of what people are or something like that. And so then the AI might thinking that those are natural or what you call not natural, but those are neutral like rulings or neutral commands. Like he might just perpetrate it on that on just that basis, or more so than that it's racist. There could be bias. The biases from the programmer could ultimately be instilled into the AI, and the AI ultimately could have like a bias against, you know, certain kind of people or certain kind of things or something like that. So like that was one of the things that I was thinking about is like, so no matter what, like there is no really neutral AI or neutral what you call it you know.
well, it depends on the person and the parameters set for the AI.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm sure if you can do it for like something like abstract like race, you can do it most definitely do it more for something like financial settings,
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
absolutely. Yeah, no, yeah, yeah. That's I guess that's what I'm trying to say is that like it's not really like there is no unbiased AI basically because the programmers
Yeah.
ultimately have a like yeah I guess because the programmers
I
are.
don't know. Grok seems kind of unbiased.
Have you not noticed how they fucking like I think they've altered him to the point where he's just like
Yeah, but
yeah.
the important thing is he still says fuck Elon basically. To me, that's unbiased.
I don't know. I think he's just trying to be cool, you know.
Grok or Elon.
Grok. He's trying to be like, oh, the kids like me, so I just have to make sure that I keep saying this.
I'm okay with that. That is intelligence. Like he's learning and he's learning well.
You got a good point there. But anywho, so let me see. In California, detention is a temporary stop by police to investigate a suspicion of criminal activity. At the same time, an arrest is a more formal action where someone is taken into custody due to probable cause, believing that they had committed a crime.
Is it the same for? But that's California. That's not
That
federal.
is true. I mean, let me see.
And again, it's federal, so this may not even look. They got no. There are no strings on them.
No, I mean absolutely, but I mean like I'm just saying like I think that's why there's a difference between detention and arrest, right? Like legally, I think
Yeah.
there's a difference between that. And so then,
Well, here's the thing, though. They read him his rights, right?
yeah, you don't read their rights if you're not taking them in to arrest them.
These people are fucking idiots.
They are. You get me? Like I don't understand what the hell they're doing here.
We're being held. We're being held fucking hostage by fucking idiots.
It's people.
That's crazy.
It's people who have watched too many cop shows and and have probably failed to join the police. Like they failed every fucking metric of tests or whatever the fuck they do for them. And this is the one and only opportunity they have to have some sort of like law enforcement kind of like gig. And they think this is how law enforcement works or how they are. And so then they're just acting it out. They don't have training. Again, they don't have training.
They're not even acting that out, dude. They're just being fucking racist. They're just being fucking pieces of shit.
No,
That's all. They're people with fucking. They all have daddy issues. That's all it is.
It might be. You never know. I mean,
like, look, I would even fucking say like they all have small dicks, but I feel that's insulting to people with small dicks.
I take offense to that.
Yeah, so like, you know, I didn't want to call myself out, but yes, but no, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
they're not fucking people, dude.
No,
they're not people.
They really aren't. They just like they want to feel important. They want to feel like they're doing something. And this fucking this administration is giving them that opportunity, that basically that. And he's like, who's been a good boy? Who's a good ICE agent? That's what they're constantly doing. You know, fucking dogs. That's what they are. And another thing.
But dogs are man's best friend, so no, they're not even dogs.
I mean, you know what? You're right.
They're mosquitoes, because mosquitoes serve no fucking purpose. They're leeches.
Yeah.
They spread disease. They're horrible, useless creatures. They're mosquitoes.
Yeah. But there was another thing too. I didn't write it down, or I didn't fucking like make a note of it. But I remember seeing something on the BBC, I believe, where I don't know if it was BBC or some other major outlet, where ICE was basically had given out a memo telling people that you can, like, for really high people that have been like that are high priority, I guess you could say, they
High value targets.
have high value targets. They were granting them permission to breaking and entering.
Oh yeah, they said don't worry about warrants for going into
Yeah,
houses now. Yeah,
yeah.
I seen that.
But I mean, that's still illegal.
They are the law, dude. That's it. Like
It's
that's
like that's the thing is like it's still illegal. Like it goes against like fucking just like that's the reason why we require warrants. Like they are not above the law. They are like they enforce the law. They're not above it, and the law.
but they're not enforcing any laws.
I mean, they're not. They really aren't. Oh, here I sent it to a friend. It's AP News. Let me just open it up. So, immigration officers assert sweeping power to enter homes without a judge's warrant, memo says. Washington.
Real quick, that's just what ICE is telling its agents.
Yes.
That is not a legally binding thing.
No, it's not illegal. It's ICE is sending a memo to its agents telling them
They're granting themselves that power.
Yeah, they're granting
That's
themselves
it.
that power. There's like a federal immigration officers are asserting a sweeping power to forcibly enter people's homes without a judge's warrant, according to an internal immigration and customs enforcement memo obtained by the Associated Press. Making a sharp reversal of a long-standing guidance meant to respect constitutional limits or on government searches. So they're like, again, constitutional limits. So like this is illegal.
There is no constitution anymore.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like this. If we were to take the Constitution as the rule of law or the law, like this is fundamentally illegal.
I'm going to be incredibly generous and say 50% of what's happening in this country right now is illegal. So,
absolutely. I mean, it's just like when the people who are supposed to be enforcing the law are not doing it because they're fucking pussies, you know.
real quick. You know me from the other podcast and how I am. I'm really struggling because I thought of a kind of offensive racist joke. Can I say it?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Do you think when like ICE agents catch immigrants or quote unquote immigrants, they tally it up and call it brownie points?
You know what? I know that you meant.
Part of me kind of hopes they do. I hope that racism runs that deep.
I wouldn't be
go
surprised.
all in or not. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't be surprised if that actually exists. Like if like fucking 3-4 years down the line they show like fucking like some sort of document where someone was actually doing some stupid shit like that, I would not be surprised.
Because I say it as a joke, but like I'm like, why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? Like if you're that deep into that fucking like why I wouldn't be
go
like,
broke or go home.
And considering like how like these people, I mean, for real, I wouldn't be surprised. I legitimately wouldn't be surprised. But yeah,
Thank you for.
It's just for real, like good God. But yeah, so like the memo is just basically them granting themselves that power. No, like Congress isn't giving them that power. Fucking
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess you could say that. The Supreme Court hasn't granted them that power either. It's just them basically telling
We can't trust them.
I mean, the system right now is very, very iffy.
This is how democracy dies, with two fat guys talking in a microphone.
Right? That's how it dies. And we're just talking. And we're nobodies too. That's the thing. We're just over here.
No, we're not nobodies. We're Skywalkers.
What the fuck? Oh god. It's just like I don't know, dude. I don't know what to say, honestly. I am flabbergasted at how they are just being allowed to do this, and there's no opposition from the opposition party, basically.
I mean, honestly, at this point.
Oh, you know what? Another thing too. I don't know. I saw this in passing, but I think Congress had a vote for the fucking for the budget, and Majority of the Democrats voted to increase the budget for the military budget. So, where's the opposition?
I can still maybe justify that because my God's honest hope is that if worse comes to worse, the people, our military leaders, will be like, fuck this shit. We're not gonna do your fucked up shit. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that that's the thought that.
See, I don't even have that hope that you do.
That's my only hope.
I don't even have that hope. At this point, like,
And the only reason is because it's the military and it's just you serve your country, the good of the country, the people, its citizens.
But I mean,
like everything else, because you don't serve the president, you take the orders, but like you're not.
I mean, you like we said in the last recording,
You protect against threats, both domestic, foreign and domestic.
Yes.
So,
but like, it's just one of those things where it's like I just don't like I haven't seen a lot of like fucking like
that speech thing gave me hope with that one Department of War fucking piece of shit.
The fucking Hegseth?
Yeah, the one that did that fucking speech where he was trying to get all hoorah with all those fucking generals and admirals and all that shit.
I didn't see it. So.
Oh yeah, this was last year already.
Oh,
like several months back. Like he was giving like this fucking, like supposed big dick fucking speech.
Oh, when he was saying like no more beards and shit like that, and just
and then fucking no one clapped and shit like that, and he was just like, and one is because they're not supposed to clap because they're not supposed to pick a side.
Yeah,
there is no political leaning for them.
Yeah,
which is good on them, but a lot of them were saying like this dude's a fucking joke. So
Pete Hegseth has been a fucking joke from the beginning.
That's the only hope I have.
That motherfucker is probably downing like a whole fucking fifth of whiskey every fucking day.
I want to say, isn't he the one with like a?
He has a fucking cross on his head.
Yeah, I was gonna say a Nazi.
Yeah, he has an iron cross.
No, it's not an iron cross. It's more of a like the Nordic Celtic kind of fucking cross. It's not the iron cross.
No,
it's not. It looks like a square with a cross in it.
Yeah,
but the corners are missing. I believe that's what it is. But I know what the iron cross looks like, and it's not that.
Why do you know what?
No, don't you remember like in the early 2000s and shit when the whole chopper craze happened and the iron cross was fucking everywhere?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look for that tattoo. Oh yeah, you're right. It's not an iron cross.
Yeah, it's more of a it's actually more Nazi than, or more like white supremacist than Nazi.
More than anything than Nazi.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure because they are all occulty to the Nazis and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe looking back into that, but yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Actually, that might be a Templar thing because they like to think of themselves as holy crusaders and shit. I mean, if you think about it, Templars, they were all in white robes and shit like that, and like all fancy dresses.
Fucking, I mean, that's where the clan was the same thing too. All fancy white dresses. They consider themselves grand wizards and whatever.
Cyclopsi and dragons and.
It's a bunch of fucking
D&D,
fucking like.
It's Stranger Things.
Yeah, fucking D&D nerds that are just like, oh, I'm a wizard, dude.
Vecna's a black guy.
Stupid.
He is for them.
It's like, oh god, dude, why must this exist? Like, I'm left without words about this. But on the topic of the military, though, I believe it was like maybe like a few days ago there was talks about like, or I remember reading something about where they were preparing a military force that was kind of like probably going to be sent to
oh yeah, their cold weather unit and shit like that.
Yeah, so it was like, but that's not ice though. That wasn't supposed to. That wasn't ice. That was like a fucking.
I know when I say cold weather for Greenland.
No, it was for they were gonna implement. Was it for Greenland?
Yeah, because it was that unit. I think I know what you're talking about. It was a military unit, and they were preparing them supposedly just to be like on standby or like ready in case they had to be deployed. And it was
yeah, you're right.
they specialized in
Yeah,
cold weather
yeah.
operations.
Which is fucking just ridiculous, dude. That's the thing to me too, as well, is the fact that like you see how he's trying to use the military, and you like, and you're choosing to increase that budget, which I feel like it's just a bad thing to do in general. Like, wouldn't you want to starve him from all the power that he has?
Yeah, but the thing is, you're not starving him, you're starving the country. Like, the country's in a very vulnerable situation. So you kind of want to, like, in a fucked up way, you kind of need to bolster your military, because I don't know if we're easy pickings right now, but we're getting to a point where we're going to be easy pickings for other countries.
Yeah. I think the moment that if the US, or if Trump decides to start sending out forces, I think that's basically the moment that's it. Like, we will get fucked. Because if we spread our fucking our forces thin against everyone else, I think we're pretty much fucked.
Here's the thing, though.
I know that, like,
here's the thing. The president isn't in charge of, like, military maneuvers. It would be the generals and admirals and all those people.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't necessarily think that we're fucked in terms of that, unless for some reason he decides, like, oh, I want to tell you guys specifically what to do. But I can't. I don't know. To me, I just I don't even see that happening. Because I don't know. Nukes, man. Nukes.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, it's like,
What do they care? The roaches are going to survive.
I mean, they are.
We're all the ones that are fucked.
But like, the thing is, like, to me, it's just kind of like one of those things where it's like, okay, like, what the fuck is like, again, trying to rationalize it? What is he just trying to do? Just fucking like wave his dick around or something like that? Make it seem like he's like so
Legacy. That's why he keeps talking about building that fucking ark and shit like that. That ark de Trump or whatever the fuck he wants to call it. It's all about legacy. That's all. Little man syndrome.
It is.
I'm sorry, little hand syndrome.
Little hand. Baby hands. I don't know. I'm just like in disbelief of how, like, I like, again, I never thought that we would get to this point. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about in particular, as far as like negative stuff that's been going on in the US or in the world in general? Maybe
it exists.
It exists.
That's the negative.
That's the negative.
Like, there's not very much, great going on.
Yeah.
In term, like, anywhere. So
okay.
I mean, that's kind of it. Like, it was just really that.
Yeah, definitely. I think we can start moving into a different kind of, like, maybe more lighter subjects. Something that
yours might be lighter.
Huh?
Yours might be lighter.
Okay, so like, I have two things that I want to talk about that I believe are positives. The first one, something that I never expected Trump to do, and it's a very positive thing. And you know what? I'll shit on him for all the other shit that he's been doing so recently. But if he does something good, you got to give him credit for it. I don't care that he's been fucking, like, like, you can hate him all you want, but this sort of policy is what we need.
I'll recognize
it.
The slivers of humanity, if that's what this is, because I still don't trust it.
I mean, I'm hesitant. I'm kind of like what's the catch? Kind of deal. But from Reuters article, Trump signs order to limit Wall Street investors in single family housing. So in the last episode,
real quick, I think I got the catch.
What?
Because if you're scooping out immigrant families from homes, then you have a bunch of vacant homes. You don't want to take those from the hardworking white Americans.
No, but I think those, one way or another, I don't think those houses are, like, owned by the immigrants.
No, they're owned by the banks. But if you can't make the payment, you default. It goes up for auction.
No, what I'm trying to say is they're probably being rented out.
No, I'm saying like the people that they're picking up that aren't immigrants, like just random people. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, I mean, I could kind of see that probably being like the thing that they're probably.
Oh, that's just my conspiracy theory.
But I mean, you know what? I think it's valid though. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up being something that happens. But January 20th, U.S. President Donald Trump signed an executive order on Tuesday to restrict large institutional investors from competing with individual home buyers in an effort to make housing more affordable, the White House said. Trump, under pressure to address voter affordability concerns ahead of congressional elections this year, has recently pushed a number of major policy proposals aimed at boosting home ownership and reining in living costs. Earlier in January, Trump ordered Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to buy $200 billion in mortgage bonds to bring down housing costs. Trump's order on Tuesday directs his administration to promote home sales to individual buyers, restrict federal programs from facilitating sales of single-family homes to Wall Street investors, and review acquisitions by large investors.
Appeasement.
It is. Don't get me wrong, but I mean,
it's a small win, but that's all this is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a PR move. It's appeasement.
It's appeasement. It's the same way that like when he fucking signed out checks or he did the fucking
the stimuli.
The stimuli.
When he stimulated us.
Yeah, and then he was trying
the way he stimulated Bubba.
But
we were all Bubba that year.
It's basically that though. Like it's essentially that. He's just trying to like make it seem like he's actually doing something when he hasn't really been doing.
He cares.
It's he cares so much. He cares a lot about the people.
He cares so hard.
Our savior Trump. I mean, it's a small win, like you said. This is something that should have happened a long time ago. It's like
this doesn't just fall on him.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like this is something that should have been a long time ago. But like, before Trump, quite frankly, like what they need to do is just basically fucking take back those houses from those fucking
take back all those fucking Blackwater homes.
Yeah, those Blackwater homes. Like they should
BlackRock. I'm sorry.
BlackRock, yeah, BlackRock. They shouldn't have those fucking homes. No fucking there shouldn't be a private equity that fucking holds all of these properties. Like they need to like be fucking relieve them of those properties. I don't think, and the thing is I don't think that they should at best, if you want to incentivize them to sell off their properties, give them a tax breaks on the sale of the properties, but the properties need to be sold at cheaper than what they actually are, because they are the reasons why the market got so inflated as far as like property values and go. So like if you incentivize these companies to sell off the properties at, maybe like, I don't know, 10% below 10-20% below what they're marking them up as, even then that's still too little. I think it needs to be like at least 25%, because a lot of those properties are fucking high, dude. Like no one in America right now can buy a fucking house.
Well, depending where you live.
Well, I mean, yeah.
And usually the places where you can buy a house, you don't want to live.
So it's just one of those situations. I don't know if you mentioned it on the last one, where you had said something about where like basically you can't buy a house unless it's like passed down to you by.
Yeah, it's getting to a point where like, especially people our age, like millennials, we're just waiting for people to die.
Yeah.
To be able to own a home.
Because
like you can't like, that's not to give out too much information, but that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm living in a haunted ass house and shit. My grandma's like, "Oh, you need to clean the fucking yard and shit." Like, all right, ghost grandma, I'll fucking do it. I was like, "Thanks for the house. Thanks for dying."
Like, I'll get to it, grandma.
Yeah, thanks for dying and shit.
Well, actually, let's kind of talk about that. Have you had any experiences?
Mm-mm.
No. What about that one thing that you told me about the shower?
Oh no, yeah, I haven't. I have, but I will say this. I don't know if it. I just did it. But the first night I was here, I was sitting outside having a cigarette, and it was like kind of late because like the first week it took me a while to adjust to staying here.
Yeah.
And but that first night it was like maybe 2 a.m, so I was having a cigarette, And like, I just kind of stopped and I'm like, because everything that happens or presumably happens is outside.
Yeah.
It's not in here.
Yeah.
So I was on the front. I'm like, all right, look, dude, I'll set my time limit out here 11 p.m. After that, it's all yours till I have to go to work like around 5:30. Like that's the fucking deal. I just kind of spoke out, and everything's been golden. I'm like, you can have it out here at night. I don't give a fuck. Like, just do your thing. And look, future episodes, if Will wants or you guys are into it, I'll share stories and shit. But that's kind of everything happens outside. And I say that because my grandpa lives in a unit in the back. And even before I moved in here on our previous podcast, I would tell Will and Benji about him hearing knocking on the door and someone trying to get him to go outside and shit. So, I mean, he never did. If he did, I'd have someone renting it out and I'd be making more money. But alas,
that's crazy though. I was meaning to ask you about it because like you've already been here for a while. So
nah, fortunately not. And then someone told me it's like, oh, you going to see your grandma there? I'm like, I hope not. You know what I mean? It's like, we want to make you feel comfortable. I'm like, no, like she's dead. I want her to be dead. I don't want anyone lingering. Like that's fucked up. You know what I mean? Like
I want her to like
go be dead. Do whatever you do as a dead person.
Go have your tiger
haunting.
in heaven, dude. Like
go do your thing, dude. Like fuck. But it's been quiet.
Yeah.
Like any creaks and sounds, I know it's because the house is sinking. So
yeah, that's another thing too. Yeah, not to go too.
I'm just waiting for the locusts to show up.
Explosions.
Yep.
Can you have your own emergence hole?
What was the well, I did in the back, remember?
Yeah, you did,
I did. What's the fucking what was that fucking one city built on that slab of granite or marble? The only last city remaining for humanity, remember? Jacinto. Yeah. I'm on Jacinto, but I think it was by the third one they figured out how to get to it. Like, yeah, I'm Jacinto, but on its last legs and shit.
Jesus Christ, dude. Jacinto, which is basically Jacinto.
Yeah.
That's what it is, which is fucking, I was just like, God damn it, dude. But, yeah, so like that whole fucking, executive order, that's positive. It says that the DOJ, FTC to review large deals. So, the Justice Department and the Federal Trade Commissions, I don't have a lot of faith in the Justice Department, honestly. Like,
well, they've done nothing.
Yeah, and the FTC, what the FTC, what did he do? They fucking threatened, whatchamacallit, what was it? Was it the federal? No, what was it? What was the other thing that I was thinking about? What was the one that controls the airways? FCC. Never mind. So, FTC. I don't know if the FTC has done anything, but they will review acquisitions by large investors for anti-competitive practices and prioritize enforcement against certain of those practices by institutional investors in single-family home rental markets. And supposedly the White House will also prepare legislative recommendations to codify policies to prevent large institutional investors from acquiring single-family homes. So if they actually do end up doing something like that and codify it into law, I mean, that would be...
It's a bit of a win.
That's a bit of a win. But yeah, Wall Street Institution says Blackstone American Homes for Rent. Progress Residentials have bought thousands of single-family homes since the financial crisis of 2008, led to a wave of home foreclosures. By June 2022, institutional investors owned around 450,000 homes, or about 3% of all the single-family rental homes nationally, according to a 2024 study by the Government Accountability Office. So, like, this is a good policy move towards ensuring affordability for like first-time home buyers. I don't know if, like, it's just like we said earlier, I'm just kind of waiting for the catch. What's the catch for this? You know, what's like, what's gonna happen? Like, is it gonna get blocked? Is Congress gonna vote to keep it, to codify it? Or is this just gonna be one of those things where he signs this executive order and then later on it just gets taken down but he has the win of saying, I did it. I tried to do it at least.
Yeah.
You know, he washes his hands like fucking, the Caesar, and just basically just does that. I don't know. I hope that it actually fucking does go through. And I hope that if Trump ends up doing more policies like this, where it's beneficial for the American people, I wouldn't excuse the shit that's happening right now for him, but at least there is something to kind of soften the blow, if that makes sense.
Nah.
But like, I just like I don't think that he's willing to do any more other than just like this little kind of like gesture to kind of like try to get some grace from people. You get me too?
I'm not downplaying the positive of this.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. It's me. Honestly, it's fucking not even a drop in the bucket compared to the bullshit he's already pulled.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I'm not gonna deny you that. But I mean, like, in the general consensus, I can see maybe like people who are on the fence about him being like, oh, well, he's actually doing something, kind of thing. Like people who are already followers of him that were probably kind of like moving further away from him, they might see this as something that's like, oh, he really does care about us, and might pull him back into the fold, which I hope it doesn't. But like, I hope that at least this move that he's doing is seen by the Democrats, and then they start coming in with their own shit that's better than his stuff. You get me? Like, they get motivated to do even more leftist policies or some bullshit like that, because that's what they should be doing right now. If they really want to be effective against Trump, that's what they should be trying to do, in my belief. But I don't know. Hopefully something good comes out of that. Hopefully maybe he has a change of heart. Maybe the ghost of Christmas past comes over and fucking talks to him in his sleep or something like that.
There's only one.
He has a stroke maybe, and then he just kind of like switches, or maybe a tumor,
I was gonna say there's only one thing that he can do to change my opinion of him in the positive, and I don't think I could say it.
I'd rather you not. Let's not go there. Oh God. Let's go to you, because I'm gonna save the other one for last.
Well, I was gonna talk about something boring like NATO, but I'm just kind of like over all that shit. You know what I mean? Like it's
no, I feel you.
Yeah,
I mean, I was gonna talk about the fucking the California high speed rail.
Yeah.
And I was researching it, and I was like, this is boring.
So I guess I'll talk about this book that I read recently, and it's interesting. I guess trigger warning, because there's, I mean, I guess I can like fluff it up and be like abuse of a minor, but this is just straight up pedophilia.
Yeah.
Wait,
is this like fact or fiction? Or
no, it's apparently it was like kind of based off or inspired by a case in Canada, but it's
in Canada.
Yeah, in Canada, but it's just a novel. So it's about. Did I say the name of the novel? I guess I don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
It's called Tampa.
Tampa,
like
okay.
the city in Florida.
Right.
I forgot her name. But Tampa. Anyways, it's about a teacher, and here's my struggle with it. Like, subject matter aside, it's a really well written book, and I'll give it the credit where it's like, this is one of those very rare instances where I'm like, there's an antagonist that I can really get against.
Right.
And it's very much in the vein of like American Psycho.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the fact that the author portrayed her as not just like, this chick she was just a predator. Like, that's all she was. There was like no love, no romance or anything in it. She was just a fucking predator. So that's all like I like that part of it. And it played the main boy, the main victim, as like a victim. Like, he doesn't really kind of comprehend
what's going on.
Yeah, what's going on. Shit. But I don't know if about spoilers and all that stuff, but like, it almost feels, because at one point towards the end, things escalate to a level where it's just like, this is like insanity coming from a book where, you know, there's this teacher and having an affair with a 14-year-old kid and
Right,
shit.
right.
And it escalates to a point where like, okay, that's it. She's fucked. She's going to prison. She doesn't. Like, she gets off with like probation and she moves, I believe, states, and she's kind of back at it again. She's not teaching, but she's working like in a small, like little vacation trap town. So she's just hooking up with random kids that are on vacation. Like, that's her new deal now. But the main victim, the main boy, he ends up serving like 6 months in a juvie detention center because of like events that happen. But like, I don't know, that ending really skewed my opinion of the book. I guess you would have to read it, because up until like all the kind of real craziness starts happening, there's a lot of like detail. And when I say detail, I'm not talking about like the scenes between her and him and stuff like that. Right. I'm just saying, like, if you've kind of read, or if you've even seen the movie American Psycho, his monologues about his morning routine, right, that monologue about the business, she does that. She's like, she is a fucking sociopath. Like, she says everything she needs to say the way she needs to say it to get him to go along with it. Right. And he's just a human toy. Yeah. Like, he's just a fucking sex toy to her. Right. That's it. And like in the story, like once he's 15, she's done with him because he's too old. Like, her age is 14. Oh God. And like, she's vain to the point where like he's like laughing or just, you know, being a fucking 14-year-old. And she was like in her head, like talking to herself, was like, I wonder if I can get him to start wearing anti-wrinkle creams. What the fuck? That's what I'm saying. Like, she was like, the author did a really good job of being like, she's just not a pervert. She's fucking out there. She's like nuts and shit like that. Yeah, like, she's a monster. She's a monster. Yeah. Yeah. But, and like, it carries on and it escalates to where at one point, Kid A's dad catches them, has a heart attack, and she lets him die so she can still keep hooking up with the son. And then she does that and convinces the son that this is for the best. The son's fucking not grieving properly because his dad fucking died. He wanted to revive the dad and call an ambulance. She's like, no, we're going to wait. And then once I'm gone, you're going to wait another hour before you call anyone to come get him. Wow. You tell them you were playing games. You didn't realize that you came out and you found him dead. Like, there was nothing redeeming about her. Yeah. And it just, like I said, it kind of gets a little bit bonkers at the end where she's literally caught fucking red-handed, kitchen knife in hand, butt-ass naked, looking for, you know, Kid A. And at the end of it, she just gets fucking probation and she's off doing it again. Like, that, I guess that was my problem, was like, it was so like meticulous and like well done in the first part. And not that the last like third or whatever wasn't, but like I was expecting with such a, and I guess that's the point of the book where, but it, I don't know. For me, it should have been an escape. And by the end of it, I'm like, I could have just watched the news and heard something like this. We're like, oh yeah, she got out of it, because literally in the book, they're like, they were worried because of her unusual amount of attractiveness, she would be unsafe in the system and shit like that.
Pretty privilege, basically?
Yeah, 100%.
So stupid. At that point, put her in fucking solitary then.
But, and like, I guess one of my initial complaint is, and I kind of flip-flop about this too, is like, with the way it ended, everything that happened before all that, I'm like, kind of just makes it feel like I read a smut book. At the end of the day, my main takeaway now is like, whenever I think about that book now, and I've only read it, like I barely finished it like 2 or 3 days ago, but my main takeaway is like, that fucking poor kid. Like, he's like, fuck, dude, like that's so, like that sucks. So I guess the book served its purpose, but I don't know, that ending kind of left it weird for me. Like it changed the way I viewed the book as a whole.
Well, do you think that maybe like the quote unquote pretty privilege symbolizes basically wealth and power? And how a lot of these people that do end up doing these things and get away with it.
No, okay, because there is. All right, I guess I should give a little bit more detail. So, how I said Kid A. Okay, it's weird because his character's name is the only one I remember off the top of my head because he ended up being like the only one I ended up caring about because I'm like, this poor fucking dude. Like he's kind of like he was in love with her and she's like in her head she's like,
yeah,
you need to slow the fuck down because you're getting old.
yeah,
Kind of basically. But so after the dad incident, because his parents were separated, he ends up having to go live with his mom. So they're like in a long distance kind of thing. And she's already kind of like getting over him because he's aging. And when they do hook up, he's emo because his fucking dad dead. And she's like, whatever about it. So she starts cheating on him with another 14-year-old boy. At this point, the first kid's, I think, 15 already. And because it's hard to have a relationship with a fucking child, she decides the best place to hook up with this new kid is in the first kid's empty house now because the dad's dead and he's not living there. So she's being like super fucking scandalous about it. And so the first kid comes, catches them like in the middle of it in his room and shit, of all things. So he kind of like attacks the other kid and pushes him and he falls back and like splits his head open on the nightstand. And it's set up where like I thought the kid was going to die.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh fuck, like that's when I was like, that's it, like she's fucked, like there's no coming back from this. And so the kid that pushes him, the first kid, runs out because he freaks out and shit like that. So she goes after him, picks up a kitchen knife to fucking kill him so he doesn't call anybody. And she goes out butt ass naked, not realizing she is or whatever because of the situation. She goes out, she gets stopped by another lady who happens to be like the mom of a student from the year prior who was in the class with the kid she was sleeping with initially to begin with. The kid she was chasing with a knife.
Yeah.
And they're talking, and because it was just becoming night, after a little bit after the conversation, the street light goes on, and then she's in full view, like naked, holding the knife. And during all that, she was asking this lady, hey, have you seen Jack, the kid she was chasing? And at that point, that's when she started hearing sirens and shit like that. So, like, she was literally caught because she had the other kid's blood all over her because he was fucking bleeding out everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
He survives and shit, and he was part of the reason that she gets off because, gets, you know what I mean? God damn it.
She definitely got off.
But because, like, she had a rule of, like, she doesn't go after kids that, like, seem interested or pursue it because they're more likely to talk. But for whatever reason she did with him. So when they brought him up on the witness stand, he was like, oh no, I 100% like doing it. Like he was so on board with it, like, and it just went, I guess the way it's described, like, oh, he liked it, so he's not a victim kind of deal. And then kid A, whose fucking dad died, I don't know, he just said that it was consensual. And that's it. And then she, like I said, gets probation and then goes off to a different state and just finds a new way of hooking up with fucking kids.
Wait, hold on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it gets so crazy and then it gets like, my problem is the ending.
That doesn't sound right though. Like one way or another, like how the fuck are you gonna these are kids. Whether they liked it or not, it's still statutory rape. Still statutory rape.
But apparently that's the author's point. It's still rape, but just like in real life, nothing happens because they're boys and she's a woman, an attractive woman. Which I see her point, but I'm like, and you know what? I guess maybe the point is to get to such a fucking drastic extreme where she was caught in a position where you're like, there's no way she's getting away with it, and she did. Because when she was initially picked up, naked and shit like that, and when they go into the interrogation with her, and she's like, it was the first interrogation, the cop said straight up, is like, we know you're fucking the kids. Like, we're not here to talk about that. That's not up for discussion. We 100% know that. We just want to know what happened to lead to this scenario that we found you all in. So there was never any question about her relationship with those two boys. It was all about the situation about the boy with the busted head, her holding the knife, and the other kid she was chasing.
Right, right.
But none of that ended up mattering.
That's fucking wild, dude.
That's why, like, after, like, I'm like, everything else just, like, that ending just made everything else feel like smut. I'm like, kind of just felt like smut. And it wasn't, like, crazy in terms of, like, detail of the scenes or anything like that, but it was just, like.
But the story is being told from the perspective of her?
Yeah.
Okay.
And her husband's a cop.
Come on.
And I guess to avoid embarrassment and shame, because her husband's family, the father was like rich. They're like, here's a lawyer, a defense lawyer, will pay for everything. You're gonna divorce her husband. You're not gonna collect any like alimony or any of that bullshit because of all this bullshit. You are not gonna speak ill of him at any point, and we're done. So she 100% gets like everything gifted to her. Like there was like literally no consequences for her throughout any of this.
I guess that is the point though. Like, but it feels so unsatisfactory because like
honestly, like I kept thinking about it and thinking about it in my head. I'm like, the only way I would have been okay if she got away with it, and this is really fucked up to say because like he was the only like shining light in that story was the first kid, Jack.
Yeah.
Is if she had killed him. Because if she had caught him and was able to kill him, I can at least buy the fact if people stumble on that scene, be like, he snapped. Even if the whole thing is like, yeah, she was sleeping with both of them, but he snaps. He was he attacked the first kid. He was chasing me, and then like, okay, you can maybe
spin it where you like,
but didn't even do that. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I said. The boy A that pushed the first kid, he ended up in 6 months in juvie for that.
Yeah.
He got more time than she did.
Yeah. I think that's, well, you know what? Like, I can see the point of what she was trying to do. I think ultimately in the end, that is the point to make you feel like angry and very like dissatisfied about it. I wasn't
angry. I was just like, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is like,
yeah, that's why I can't, when I first finished it, I'm like, I fucking hate this book. But the more I ruminated on it, I'm like, it did, I guess, in whatever I guess the objective is to cause that outrage.
Yeah.
In one way, so it did what it was supposed to do.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know. It just.
I understand where you're coming from, though. I get that
because everyone kept talking about how disturbing it was, and then when I kept looking into it, and I kept seeing it compared to American Psycho, my mind went to like, oh, like they're fucking psychotic, like he was killing people. I'm not saying that she was gonna start killing kids, but I'm like, so she's gonna be fucked up, and that's where a lot of it was going. And then it just kind of just she just kept trying to get her fix. Mm-hmm, so it didn't really go beyond that.
Yeah,
which was not what I thought it was gonna.
Yeah,
and it spun out of control at the end, like it does in American Psycho. You know what? Fuck. The more I draw parallels to American Psycho, there was just, yeah, I guess. I don't know. No, I mean, everyone said that book sucked too, so. Hold on, I gotta find her name because her last name is just, she was born to write this book. Give me a second.
Well, I mean, like, another thing too, like, as far as, like, well, I think about American Psycho. I have to rewatch it because, quite frankly, like, when I watched it, I don't feel like I was paying attention to it too much, what it was actually happening.
Real quick, so the author's name, this is book Tampa, the author's name, Alyssa Nutting.
Poor woman.
She fucking knew exactly what she was doing. I mean, come on, that's, for that book, I mean, for any kind of book like that, I guess, but that seems,
she could have made
grotesquely appropriate.
She could have made I mean, I think it would have been more fitting if she was actually writing smut, though.
I mean, it kind of is still smut.
Yeah, but I mean, like more like directly, like, you know.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe she is. I don't know. I don't know, like, her reading
51
or
Shades
writing
of Grey,
history,
you know, or some bullshit like that.
And that was just fan fiction too.
Oh yeah, what was it? It was
Twilight fan fiction.
Yeah.
Which I guess you can argue that, like, he's several hundred years old and she's in high school.
I guess so. I never thought about that, but yeah, that's pretty.
And then at the very end of it, Jacob imprinting on her child
I know
to just straight up waiting to bang her when she turns of age, whatever fucking that means for them.
that is fucking weird. And this is a teens book too.
I don't think it was a teen's book.
Are you sure? I could have sworn it was.
I mean, it was. I think I don't know. I don't know. I guess young adult. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, like young adult kind of thing. But I mean, like that's like
because most of the people I knew reading it were the girls at work, and they were all like in their 20s.
I remember hearing about it from like people that were either in high school or like definitely like maybe 18.
Well, I knew high school people, but like I said, I just assumed it was everyone because my experience was like people in their 20s and shit.
Yeah. I don't know. It was weird. Like now that I think about it, it's just fucking yeah. That's just a really weird book series in general. Like, that's very iffy. And I know people who read smut.
You read smut. You look like you do.
I don't.
You have it written all over your face.
I don't read smut, dude. I don't even like reading. So
if you hadn't read those articles, I wouldn't have believed that you knew how.
My capability of reading, like I can read, I just choose not to read. I'm not looking to fucking expand my mind.
You're like, I can fly. I just choose not to do it.
I just choose not to do it.
I don't want to do it.
I don't want to do it. I want to live like a man. I want to live like the way that you guys do. Experience life like you do.
I want to slum it.
Okay, like my thing, my final thing, unless there's something else you want to add.
No, that's it.
This I think is a very good, very uplifting thing. I think something that would lighten the mood a lot. So, this is from science.org. No bull. This Austrian cow has learned how to use tools. And the article is basically talking about this this cow who learned how to use a fucking a broom and the stick to scratch herself. And it's like one of the first times that they've seen a bovine basically do something like that. And then like there's a video tied to it. So I think I'll put the this is the only article that I'll put on the description because I feel like people should watch the video. So
it's a really cool video.
It's a really cool video. Yeah. So like they leave a broom for her like straight up on the grass. She just picks it up. She uses her tongue to wrap around the fucking handle, picks it up, puts it in her mouth, just turns her head slightly a certain way, just starts scratching her butt with it.
It's funny you say that because we're talking about it in the truck on the way over here. And when you brought it up, I was like, is that, like the brown cow scratching itself?
Yeah. And
I remember, I knew about it because I caught it on Reddit and I distinctly remember seeing that video. I'm like, I've never seen a cow do that before.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just kept scrolling, but now that you're saying like, it's the first time they've been using tools and shit, I'm like, well, that explains why that's the first time I've ever seen it. It's the first time ever
you've seen it. So like she does that. And so then, but I mean like, okay, like, it's not to say that there isn't like no animal has the capability.
Well, there's a bunch of animals.
There's a bunch of animals that are able to do
crows.
That. But the thing is, crows are using sticks to catch grubs, from holes and stuff like that.
You know what else crows do real quick? They'll wait at intersections and they'll drop like seeds or like let's say like a fucking walnut or something like that for cars to run it over.
To run it over so they can pick up the yeah. I mean like that makes sense, Well, to us it makes sense, but like for them to have that capability of knowing that's what's gonna happen, like that's very impressive.
And they can recognize people.
Yeah, they can do that. I mean, like also they're being taught how to fucking like steal MAGA hats from people.
Oh, I seen that, dude.
So it's like, hey, the crows are really doing something good. But I mean, like it's just like, but that's different. Like the whole MAGA thing, like the hats thing, because like they're being taught how to do that. This cow by herself, she just picked it up and started doing this. And then the thing is like she's done it so much that she's improved her technique. She's learned to use different ends of the broomstick to reach certain areas. Like they in the video that they show like 4 different instances of how she like uses the other end of the stick to basically scratch her udders and then switching it around to reach another part of her back or something like that. And it's like they haven't recorded any other like animal.
That's crazy.
Not other animal, any other cow do that. And it's like that's fucking amazing. That's crazy. I'm ready for the Diablo 2 cow level, dude.
I, for one, welcome our new bovine overlords.
Same here, dude. Like,
no, you know what's crazy though? If they don't kill her and eat her,
hopefully they don't.
Whatever offspring she has, that might be taught. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
down the line, and
too.
it just becomes an evolutionary thing where down the line it just yeah,
definitely. But like, I'm ready for the. Are you familiar with the Diablo 2 cow level?
No.
So in Diablo 2, there's a cube called the Horadric cube, and basically what it does is like you combine things in it to create something. So you combine two items in there, and then a portal appears, and it's hell bovine basically. You enter the portal, and it's basically like this huge ass fucking like range with a bunch of fucking fences around it, and it's bipedal cows with bardaches that are coming to fucking kill you.
Oh, that's cool.
So like, and then like when they're walking around, they're like moo 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 moo, and then when you kill them, moo. So like, I'm ready for the D2 cow level to happen here in real life, dude. Like, I'm down. I'm down for it. Like I'm ready for them to brandish their bardaches and their fucking axes and just like let's go medieval combat. I need to level up.
Did you ever see the movie Kung Pao Under the Fist?
Oh, I remember bits and parts of it.
Oh, do you remember the Matrix, cows? The Matrix cows?
Yeah. I remember that shit. No, but I mean, like that's impressive, and like I hope that they fucking take care of this cow and they fucking make sure that she lives a long fucking.
She's probably super delicious though, dude, because all she's doing is tenderizing.
She's just tenderizing herself, like just. Oh, but I mean, I hope that they do make like if she does have offspring that she's able to teach that to them, because I mean, quite frankly, we need smarter animals. Like we don't. The more they can take care of themselves, the more cheaper it becomes to sustain them.
The smarter the animal gets, the closer to sentience they get. Are you gonna want to eat something sentient?
I already eat octopus.
I don't anymore. That's really fucked up. I honestly I don't think about cows because it makes me sad because they're fucking delicious.
What about pigs?
I don't find pigs cute or adorable or anything, so fuck them and everything that looks like them.
Well, you were telling me about how like cows have best friends and shit like that.
They
too,
do.
Because I really don't know much about
They're both delicious though. That's the problem. They're fucking. I don't know what else to tell you. Like I go fishing and it breaks my heart when I catch the fish. Like I'm sorry, but like yeah, it's gonna be eaten, so it's not going to waste. But I'm like, you're a living creature, and I'm sorry I have to eat you. But it's different for cows because it's like cows are like dogs, delicious dogs.
Delicious dogs. But I mean, like that's the thing. I don't know. I like
even chickens.
Chickens are fucking like.
Chickens are cool.
Yeah,
they're little T-Rexes.
They are. Remember? Have you seen that fucking who you are? But like, yeah, I don't know. Like, look, listen, I fucking love animal protein. I'm not gonna fucking let it go. Like, I can't see myself like fucking giving it up or anything of that sort. Kudos to people who are able to like live a full like fucking vegan life and everything like that.
Well, even vegetarian,
or anything of that. Like, but like, it's just like we've gotten it's something that we essentially need to in our bodies. It's not like we can't fucking like sure
we're omnivores.
Yeah, like it's part of our diet. Like I can't deny myself that one way or another. But one thing that I think, I don't know, I've been seeing on TikTok a lot, and I haven't done the research on it, but I don't know if maybe like the FDA is no longer like doing a lot of checks on like meat production.
Well, the F in FDA stands for federal, so I can't imagine the federal government or any federal organization is doing much of anything anymore. So
no, isn't it Food and Drug Administration?
Yeah, but isn't that a federal?
It's a federal. It's a federal. Okay. Yeah, it's a federal.
You
thing.
get my point, Will.
I know, but you just like you sounded ignorant right there, and I'm just like
I am ignorant. We're nobodies, remember?
But I mean, like yeah, like I would say be careful with consuming meats for now or anything of that sort, because if that is true, then we're opening ourselves up to like some very disgusting things happening. I don't trust big companies to fucking like maintain their facilities clean unless they're being held with a poker from the government or from some sort of institution that's keeping them on check. And if the institution that's supposed to keep them on check right now is not doing so, then I would be very wary of.
We're getting close to living in tender as a flesh, dog.
Imagine, dude. I was thinking about that because there was a game called Horses, and it got removed from Steam because of how like because how fucking like realistic and like, and I guess that there's some nudity in it, but it's like the nudity isn't like sexually gratifying. It's basically just like too like
Kind of horror.
kind of horror in a sense. And basically the premise is that there's a certain class of people that are using other people as horses.
That's crazy.
It's a video game. But and these people are fucking naked and they're wearing like a fucking, I think they're wearing a horse head or something like that. But it's like, it's a fucking weird premise, and like it looked interesting and I wanted to give it a try, but then at the same time I was like, I don't think I'd be able to play this game like comfortably because it's just like, it feels very, very fucking,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
you get me? So, but like, yeah, it just made me think of Tender as the Flesh, because it's kind of like the same premise where there's like a certain class of people that are,
Yeah.
you know, that are being used for that. But yeah, it wasn't allowed to be sold on stream. I don't know what's going on. The developers are selling it on their own, almost like how games used to be sold before. But it made me think about that. But I think that is it for this episode, unless you have something else to add.
No, that's kind of it. Like, there's not much. I mean, there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on, but like honestly, we can't just. I'm trying to keep it as very like. Yes, we will talk about it, but at the same time, I don't want it to be the focus of it. I want to make sure that we at least have something to distract ourselves with, so that we don't have to suffer mentally too much from the shit that we're going through. But with that being said, is there anything you want to plug for yourself?
No, not really.
No?
No.
Okay. Well,
What about you? Plug away.
Well, I've been streaming a lot right now, so if you ever want to catch me on my streams, I'm streaming in the mornings, usually around somewhere between 9 to 10 a.m. PST. You can find me on Twitch, Chubby Chaser Pro. I'm also uploading short form content on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, Chubby Chaser Pro.
Did you say Twitch?
Yeah, that's where I'm streaming. Also, my VODs are also on YouTube. I've created a playlist. It's called VODs. So if you ever want to watch my previous streams, because Twitch doesn't save my streams after a certain time, they just delete them. So I'm like archiving them there. So if you ever want to watch them there, just go ahead and watch them. It'll help me a lot. I need the metrics. Please do so. Please give me a watch. I post on Twitter and Blue Sky whenever I'm about to go online for Twitch. Twitter, it's at Pro Chubby Chaser, and then on Blue Sky, it's Chubby Chaser Pro. Other than that, that is pretty much it.
The podcast is Twitter, right?
Yes.
At IB2W
Pod.
So at IB2W Pod is
Yeah. So
the
like
Twitter.
if you ever want to, I will post there whenever we release the episode, and also if you want to make a comment or a suggestion or anything of that sort, that would be the best place to do it.
No email yet?
No email yet. Unfortunately, no. I will try to make this a Wednesday release. I think that's what I'm kind of aiming for. So every other Wednesday, there should be a new episode coming out. But yeah, that is it. Guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, if there's anything, question, comments, concerns, or anything of that sort, you can go ahead and post them up in Twitter at IB2W Pod. Thank you very much.
Later, everyone.
You guys have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. Intro-outro song is Wah Game Loop by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0, http://creativecommons.org/licenses/by/4.0/.